Christmas morning, Alexa's dancing. She doesn't do that often. She's never really a happy person, but she is today because Survivor Season 39, Island of the Idols, not Island of Idols. The cast has been announced. We got 20 newbies to break down and talk about. We haven't heard their voices. We don't know if they sound nice or angry. All we have are a couple of pictures to look at. We're back here on StreamYard again, looking cool. We got some fancy stuff going on here. Our video is going to be so much better than it's been in the past. So if you needed a reason to watch it, it's going to be so much of a reason to watch it this time. Alexa, how excited are you for season 39?
I'm pumped. I don't dance. I'm pretty uncomfortable dancing. But if you watch our Instagram story, or if you watch us right now, it's Christmas morning. This is so exciting, and it was a Monday too. And I know we're not getting videos. I feel like this has been released super late, and I feel like we're saying that every single season. But this is this is so exciting. I couldn't get anything done at work today. All I did was study, and probably still don't know anything about this cast, but this cast looks so awesome. And I don't think I'm in a minority at all by saying that. I think people are really pumped about this. But yeah, this is super exciting. As Phil said, we're on StreamYard now. We can do a lot of really cool things. Like this. How about that? We can put your comments up and showcase them if we like them, or more realistically, if I'm making a point and someone makes a comment that agrees with me, I'm going to put it up. And then once Phil gets one that agrees with him, he's going to put his up.
Like, I can just put up.
Yikes!
It's great because we can just put up anything, and Noah Ford already coming in hot here. We can put up anything we want. Alexa and I are both actually in control, so there you go. We have so much that we can do now. So if you comment and your comment's actually good, we can actually throw it up here. Like, this is a terrible comment, but I'll throw it up here anyway.
Damn it! There we go.
I clicked it so fast that Alexa actually
I removed it. So we promised we're listening to each other, but really we're actually just going to be trolling through this feed.
That's all.
With all these other comments. But yeah, so we're on StreamYard now. Google Hangouts doesn't stream on YouTube anymore. I think that's a sentence that technically makes sense. But yeah, this is awesome. Like, the people who came up with this are geniuses. So we're really about this. Hope you guys are excited. And yeah, we're pumped about this season.
Yes, we are very pumped about this season. And tonight we're going to be going and doing our initial winner picks for the season. And we will be just breaking down these tribes one by one. We got the orange tribe, which is pronounced Lairo. Sure. And we have the purple-ish tribe, which I think is pronounced Vokai. Sure. We're going to go with those for now. I'm probably going to change up the saying about 1,000 times throughout this. But who cares?
I'm kind of into them. It's better than like Nuku, which I feel like we've heard 5 different iterations of. So
yeah.
Or Lairo. I feel like Lairo.
Lairo,
Lairo.
I'm not really
Vokai,
sure.
I think, or yeah, that's what they are.
Exactly. And I have a lot to say about this cast right off the bat. Normally for me, it's very easy for me to decide on. It's very easy for me to decide on who my winner pick is going to be, because, like, with Lauren O'Connell, she was a Division I athlete. I was a Division I athlete. Allie Elliott, I picked her because she was a assistant in Hollywood. I was an assistant in Hollywood at the time. Michelle Fitzgerald, from my part of Jersey. I'm from New Jersey. These are the reasons I pick winners. This season, I think, has 5 people from New Jersey. We have one who's a lifeguard from right by the town that I grew up. We have Tommy Sheehan, who might be me. He looks more like me than Pat Bolton ever did. So I can finally confirm that, like, if I had a twin, he's on Survivor and unfortunately living out my dream, unlike me. And then, yeah, I mean, there's so many different people here that I'm like, dang, it's going to be tough for me to pick my winner. I already did, though. Alexa, I know you probably didn't, but I did.
I most certainly did not. Which is perfect. Yes, Tommy is a redhead, which is very exciting.
But Alexa will pick a winner by the end of this. That's for sure.
Most certainly. I have some who stuck out, but for the first time, there's like 6 that stick out to me, which is awesome. But like you said, I mean, there's 5 people from New Jersey. There's 3 either currently living in or from Rhode Island, which is bananas. Considering someone correct me because I know this take is going to be wrong. But is the only other person from Rhode Island Richard Hatch? Because I think so. Like, who else? They're always from Boston or like from Connecticut. So pumped about that. We have 2 people working in college admissions, which is my dream job, which says everything you need to know about me. But like, again, 2 very, very random. We have 2 college admissions officers, and also we have 2 personal injury lawyers. Like, this is crazy. But this cast is so, and I know everyone's using this word, the cast is so diverse, even though there's so much that a lot of them have in common. So this is awesome. I'm super, super pumped about this cast.
I am too. So Alexa, why don't we just get right to it? Let's introduce these 20 new people, and we have this cool new thing where we can actually put the images on the screen, so you don't have to just look at our faces the whole time. So we'll still be hanging out in the corner. But first up, for season 39, we have Boston Robinson. Who is pumped? Did
Mentors,
you guys forget?
question mark?
Did you think that we forgot that Boston Rob and Spandra were on this season? Did you really think that we would have started off with anything else other than Boston Rob and Sandra? I know season 39 cast, you're probably rolling your eyes. If you're listening to this, we apologize, but seriously, they got top billing right behind Jeff Probst on the cast assessment over there on CBS.com. So we'll just throw this up here and just leave that for you. They're listed as mentors. Alexa, do we feel that we need mentors on Survivor? Look at this cast. Do we need mentors?
I mean, I feel like if you or I ever get on the show, hopefully we won't need mentors. But yeah, I mean, I love that they got second billing just behind Jeff. I actually didn't click on Jeff's face in the cast assessment, so I didn't do all of the research that I could have. Nor did I click on Boston Rob or Sandra's, because I think I got them. But yeah, so we got some more details today. I think in like the Hollywood Reporter and in Parade, Carl is in the building. Everybody, they had some, they talked a little bit about what Boston Rob and Sandra are going to do, and it sounds like, in addition to people going there and like hanging out with them, they're going to teach someone a skill, and then kind of a la Ghost Island will test them, and then the contestant has the opportunity to win an advantage if they pass said test. Your thoughts, Phil?
I mean, that's kind of fine. I mean, I'd still rather it not be there, but like, it is what it is. I mean, they're going to be there. I have to accept it. I like the way this cast lists. So guess what? Like, that's just, I didn't read that because honestly, I wanted to know the least about it as possible.
Oops, sorry.
Like, no, it's fine that you told me. I'm glad you told me. I didn't want to have to look it up. It's just like, whatever. So I don't know.
The part that I'm most excited about is, again, and we're at a phase in Survivor where I feel like most, if not all, people are at least like baseline fans, let alone gigantic super fans. Like, I'm just so excited to watch them walk up to this island and be like, what the fuck is this? Like, like, what are these people? And I know they're going to like cut out anything negative, but man, I'm just so excited to see that. But you're right. This is a cast of 20 newbies. These newbies are going to be awesome. Rob and Sandra are going to be there, and maybe they'll teach some of them how to not
curse
be on the
Johnny
jury.
Fairplay.
Either of those.
Get married on Survivor. Win your fourth time. Yeah, I mean, I just think it's funny that they're listed. Like, it's literally labeled mentor.
Yeah, there we go. So, so yeah, I think Boston Rob and Sandra, I think their edit's going to be through the roof. I think they'll definitely get a winner's edit. I don't think they can win, but at this point, TBD.
All right. Okay, now the actual first person. We're starting on that orange tribe.
Hit me. Can you please say the tribe name, please and thank you?
Lairo.
Love Lairo. Let's do it.
I don't know. But either way, I put together this little pictures here, and it's pretty much a random order. Unless I had a joke that I could tell, then it's not in a random order, so I could include my own damn joke. I don't have a joke for this one, but we're starting off with Karishma Patel.
There we go.
There she is.
She doesn't even get a question mark, unlike the mentors. So we know she's on the season and we know she's playing. So this is super exciting. Another fact, this one I think is more accurate than my Rhode Island fact, but actually the first Indian American on Survivor, which is crazy that we are 39 seasons in. So that is super exciting. Phil, what's your take? Let's hear it.
Based on what I read, I think I'm going to like Karishma. I really do. And I liked Jeff's explanation of her. I only read a few things. I read the Hollywood Reporter thing where Jeff broke down like all of the players. I read their CBS bios. I read their Gordon Home things. So just a few things, but I spent 9 hours reading all of this stuff. And the way that Jeff explained Karishma was like, she knows that like this isn't really the type of thing that maybe like Indian Americans go and do, but she doesn't care. Like, this is what I'm going to go and do. I don't care if this isn't what we do. And I think that was in quotes. So I'm looking forward to seeing how Karishma comes out there and blends in with everybody, because being the first Indian American on the show, I think that's going to be something that Jeff probably pushes at least a little bit, or at least tries to talk about at the beginning. It's going to be a part of her story that's probably just going to be there all the time. I wonder if she's going to like talk about it a lot, or if it's just going to kind of be something that falls to the background and really doesn't become like a factor after the first, day or two where it's mentioned. But I think that I'm going to like Karishma. Alexa, you're gonna have to hook me up with ages and everything, as I said, because I don't have.
Yes.
I can't like click around.
Okay, so according to the internet, let me find her real quick. She is 37 years old, is based out of Houston, Texas. Shout out to Carl. And she is one of the 2 personal injury lawyers on this season.
Personal injury.
Question, I like what is a personal injury lawyer? I actually don't know that.
It's when you get injured personally.
Is that like, I mean, I bet that's legit.
I think that's really it. I think it's like you get injured and then you need a lawyer who takes care of the money and everything like that.
I feel that.
She's passed 3 state bar exams in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and Texas.
Wow.
I'm sure the Texas one was the easiest one. Oh, shot at Texas. My bad.
Shot at Texas. Sup, Carl?
I had to do it. Carl, sorry. But yeah, she's from Houston, Texas. We saw how Carl did from Houston, Texas. I think around the same age. Be honest, she doesn't look 37. No. I'm surprised she's 37.
If you told me 27, I totally would have bought that.
Yeah, I would have bought it. I like that the 3 words to describe herself are reliable, impulsive, and charismatic. I feel like reliable and impulsive normally don't go together because impulsive people normally don't make the most reliable decisions.
And what was the third one?
Charismatic, which I can buy. I'm looking at this picture here. She's got like the stare down going. The full picture actually has the hand on the hip. So
I'd buy the fun hand on the hip. Got to have the fun hand on the hip. Yeah, I really like her. I think her story is really cool. Like you said, I think I don't have her bio right in front of me, but where she said like this isn't really something that a lot of women in like Indian American culture really do. So already love that story. And I know the first comparison, or the like kind of the main comparison that she made was to Natalie Anderson. And I think like from what I'm reading, she seems funny. Like she has a crippling fear of alligators, which is random. I don't really know how one develops one of those.
There's a lot of those in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Yes, of course. Yes. Where she took her first bar, and then New Jersey, where she took her second bar. Mm-hmm. I love that. Like, I think she's funny. I think her answers are really witty, but she's clearly very smart. She seems like someone, I think she's going to do really well. I think she knows the game. I think she seems like a big fan. I am 2 thumbs up on Karishma.
I like Karishma. All right. Will that be one of our winner picks? Who knows? Who's next?
Who knows? Has Phil already chosen?
Here's who's next.
Canadian.
Our first Canadian. They announced that there were going to be Canadians, and Canadians were able to start applying, I think, as of 3 seasons ago or something like that. And finally, we have our first one, and it doesn't get much more Canadian than Tom Laidlaw. It really does not.
He looks like a Canadian hockey player.
He does, and he is a former hockey player. Forget exactly which teams he played for. I believe he played for the Vancouver Canucks at one point, but maybe I'm out of my mind. I didn't actually look it up, so I guess I didn't do enough research for everybody.
Good assumption, though. I figured
he looks like he played for the Vancouver Canucks, right?
Looks like a Canuck guy. Tom Laidlaw is 60 years old. He is from Canada, but currently based in Connecticut, Greenwich, Connecticut, to be specific. And he is a former NHL player.
Yes. And he says the 3 words to describe him: disciplined, dedicated, and stubborn. Gotta love a stubborn 60-year-old on Survivor. They normally do very, very well.
So as someone who knows baseline information about hockey, was he the enforcer? Because I know that's a position.
That's
the one who beats people up.
He's got to be some sort of defender who was out there to crush people. He had to have been the Scott Stevens-esque guy. Anybody who was around watching the Devils back in the day. I mean, I'm looking him up right now. He used to rock a really cool mustache. That's for sure.
Why didn't you use that? You should have just stalked everyone and just gotten the worst pictures.
Used really random photos. He did play defense, and he did not play for the Canucks. He played for the New York Rangers and the Los Angeles Kings.
Oh, so he was about as American as you get.
I should have known that, considering those are 2 areas I've lived, and I should have known that. What's wrong with me?
Yeah, so he seems intense. He seems stubborn. Really excited to see how he does in challenges. But what I loved Jeff's description of him. Jeff called him a bruiser. That is such a... for those of you who are $10 patrons, when we do our Thanksgiving aunts and uncles, Tom Laidlaw is going to be on one of our tribes. Like, he's that uncle who crushes it at Thanksgiving hockey, not Thanksgiving football. 6'2", 215 pounds. No idea how someone found that information.
Well, he's an ex-hockey player, so that's here. It's right on his Wikipedia.
True. That is the public information. Okay, yeah, that's true.
And I do like that they spell defense with a C instead of an S because he's Canadian.
Because he's Canadian. So yeah, very excited to make a lot of Canadian jokes. But yeah, I'm super excited. This is the great introduction to our first Canadian, like former hockey player. Like this is so perfect. So really excited to see how he does. I think, all these tribes look athletic, but this is a tribe that also has an Olympic medalist on it. So I have very, very high expectations for this tribe from a challenge perspective. He says he's stubborn. I forget the other two words, but like, he's stubborn, he's intense, but he's someone who clearly, has a team mentality. So I think that's going to be really, really good for him early on.
Yeah, I mean, somebody like Scott Pollard was also stubborn and intense, and he made it very far in the game. And I think that that's something similar that Tom Laidlaw could do in this season because, he's an athlete. A lot of athletes do really well. That's what people always forget. Steve Wright, Grant Matos, Cliff Robinson was doing very, very well and then got blindsided. I mean, that just one came out of nowhere. Who else? Jeff Kent, Merge, Scott Pollard. A lot of these ex-NFL, NHL, NBA players, they're able to make the merge at least. So I think that Tom probably keeps that going because despite the fact that he's 60, he's a strong 60. And we have an older woman on this season who we'll get to later. And I cannot wait to talk about her. But again, 58 years old doesn't seem like your typical 58-year-old, though. So I'm glad that they're putting on people who are older who also aren't just the stereotypical Sonia Christopher, for instance. I mean, that's somebody. Thank you, Gamer Girl, for this. Phil's forgetting his favorite, Gary Hogaboom. I was forgetting Gary Hogaboom. But yeah, I think that Tom probably does pretty all right here. And if he goes home, it's going to take something crazy because the people who are ex-athletes who do go home early, Alan Ball, big time. The reason he goes home is because of an idol play. And he doesn't go home if Joe Mena doesn't play that idol. Cliff Robinson, huge blindside. He thought he was set up. So, yeah, it takes a lot to get rid of these professional athletes. So I think Tom's going to do just all right.
Yeah, super excited for him. But if he doesn't say A at least once an episode, I'm out.
I know. I'm going to be real bummed. He better be the nicest guy on this season. If he's not.
Even though he's stubborn. I'm very excited for this.
Yeah, exactly. He's a bruiser. He better be a gentle bruiser. He better apologize after he beats the crap out of people.
Wow. Love that. Let's go next.
We have Ronnie Barta.
Ronnie.
All right, Alexa. What's your take on Ronnie? Because I'm going to be honest with you. I probably got the least to say about Ronnie.
Really?
I do.
I'm liking Ronnie. The things I wrote down. Intense first impression, but I mean, I think we talked about this. I don't remember when we talked about this. Maybe before we were live. But I think I'm curious to see if he rolls with being a professional poker player publicly or if he says something else. Because I feel like that's going to have a negative connotation, even though there's no reason for it to. But he has he's got a kind face. He's got a good smile. Everything he says in these interviews, he's saying he's a big softy underneath. There's a lot of layers to him. So I don't he doesn't immediately strike me as intimidating poker player. And I mean that in a really good way, because I think people think Dominic Abate. And I think Dom gave off a very intense first impression. And then I think people will think about Albert. And so I think he has a kinder demeanor. And I think that's gonna be really good for him. I have high hopes of Ronnie. I'm liking him.
I think the thing that can hurt Ronnie is the fact that the last poker player to play Survivor was the War Dog, and War Dog made crazy irrational decisions. And I think that Ronnie might. I mean, I guess the people didn't see that season though, so I guess he'd be okay, right? Because 39 was filming when 38 was airing. So yeah, I guess that doesn't matter. Because I was just thinking, in my head, if I now get on the island with a poker player, you have people like Jean Robert, the War Dog. These are the fresh ones in my mind. Garrett Adelstein, who was definitely overanalyzing every single thing that happened. So I start to think well, maybe I shouldn't trust the poker player guy. but he does have this face. Somebody in here just said, it's this one here. Ronnie gives me that Eric Hafferman vibe, which is weird because Eric has like the purest profession, which is being a fireman. Like that's a hero through and through. And here's Ronnie, who's a poker player. But then one of his backstory points is that he got his dad out of Brockton and bought him a place in Henderson, Nevada. Now, I don't know anything about Brockton.
Go Massachusetts. Keep going.
I don't know anything about Brockton, but that sounds bad, I guess. And then Henderson is good. I mean, I don't know anything about Nevada either. I know that there's Las Vegas there, and I know that Reno is there, and I know Will lives there, but that's the extent of what I know about
trash.
Nevada. Yeah.
Probably sucks. Yeah, I think he's if not the only person from Massachusetts. So hell yeah, Ronnie.
No, there's a couple from Mass.
There's always a couple. Yeah, I think you're right. He's got like the happy smile going on. And so that goes back to like, I don't know if he's going to say that he's a poker player, if he says that he's something else. I have a feeling that that's something that people would lie about, but I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see. All right. We're moving on to the next one. I got to remove it because otherwise it's a pain. All right. We have next the second best swimmer on this season, Elizabeth Beisel.
The second best. Who's number one?
Oh, we'll get to number one. Don't worry. We'll get to number one.
Oh, yes.
We'll get to number one.
So pumped for Elizabeth. Pumped that her current occupation is being an Olympic medalist. Because if I ever win an Olympic medal, that is going to be my job for the rest of my life, being an owner of an Olympic medal. So super pumped for Elizabeth. She is 26 years old, also either from or based out of Rhode Island. I forget which one. And she's an Olympic medalist. And her claim to fame, I don't know if I think this might have been proudest moment, I forget. She was the youngest member of the Olympic team at age 15. That's nuts.
Yeah, that's pretty damn good.
That's crazy.
I like Elizabeth a lot. She's 26. Yeah. See, now here's how we go. Elizabeth, I feel like, and this isn't a bad thing. I don't mean this in a negative way. I apologize to any women when you call them saying they look older than they are, but she looks older than 26. And I'm not saying that in a bad way, but it probably has something to do with the fact that she was already like on the Olympic team at 15. Maybe it's the long curly hair. Maybe like girls just don't curl their hair anymore. I know, Alexa, you spend days straightening yours.
Yeah.
But she's got the curly hair. And I think it just makes her look like a little bit older. And I think that's actually going to work for her because this tribe is older. The one concern I do have for Elizabeth, being that I used to run cross country and track often, and somebody I ran against ran in the Olympic final for the 1500, I would always look up how much money Olympic medalists make. And Elizabeth, you got to get another job because Olympic medalists do not make nearly as much money as they should. So if that's her current occupation, and she was doing that 11 years ago, Elizabeth, you got to get back out there. Also, I apologize for butchering your last name because I know I did that.
How do you pronounce her last name?
I have no idea. I called it Beisel.
I think either Basel, but definitely Basel. TBD though, we're gonna have someone say that out loud. I mean, hopefully she wins $1 million, so that'll help get her back on track. But
yes,
I'm super third Olympic person since Crystal and Katrina,
and the others did not do
great for Katrina. Crystal made it far, but
Crystal made it far, but also was maybe the worst athlete on her season.
Yeah, well, as we found out why afterwards. But she, what was I going to say? No, I'm really liking Elizabeth. She's got a great attitude. She seems super bubbly. I'm really into her. I think she also has, and this is something that I guess this wouldn't work so much for Crystal and Katrina. We only saw so little of, but going back to like all of the professional athletes, there's always going to be that factor of being mentally strong. And being an Olympian, especially at age 15, I was stressing over what color my braces were, let alone swimming and like wherever she was. So I think she's like just having that mental capacity at such a young age, and for her to carry that through now 11 years later, I think that is going to do so. That's gonna really elevate her. So I think that's really good. But she just like she's like cute. She's fun. She looks great. Like I would align with her. She seems like someone I'd hang out with.
Yeah, Elizabeth seems like somebody I would want to hang out with too. And now everybody knows that Alexa had braces and she was worried about the color. So wow, Alexa, real big problems you had.
I was 15. Well, actually, no, I was younger than that. I was in 7th grade. Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. I'm just saying. I'm just throwing it out there.
Oh,
I
you're
like
telling me you
Elizabeth.
didn't stress about the color of your braces?
I didn't have braces.
Oh, excuse me.
Didn't we have this conversation? I chipped my teeth. I don't need
Oh,
braces.
yes.
Need
Oh,
new
yeah.
teeth.
Actually, people would have only known if we had that conversation if they were $5 patrons, because we talked about that in our Q&A.
Oh, that's true. Great comment there, Alexa. We have a link here on YouTube to our Patreon. And if you want to, we're going to be doing a lot of stuff coming up. And with our bootless game, our prop bet game, we're going to be doing our fantasy game with Vaughn. We're doing a power rankings game. And again, if you're a $20 patron, you get to do the power ranking game with us. Last year, we had like 20 people do it. Probably going to have more this year. It's really fun, though, and you get to actually like listen to our power rankings with a purpose rather than just having to listen to us. And whatever guest we have on, which we know that can be so torturous. Where's Carl? Is he still in the chat?
No, he's gone.
He's gone? All right, Carl, fine.
Yeah. Also, Carl, come back. We want you.
Also, all right, next, I think this wins, and I think Elaine is a little bit older here, but I think this wins for cutest cast photo maybe of all time.
She's so wholesome. I love her. I want to pinch her cheeks.
And is it true? Am I wrong in saying this? Am I thinking of the wrong person? Is she 41 years old?
She is, but that's not her last name. I believe it's Scott.
Oh, really?
Yikes.
Well, no, I'm reading this off of Xfinity, and it is stopped.
Oh, on CBS, it's Scott. Fun.
Uh-oh. How do you spell it? Gordon Holmes he's letting me down, man. I'll tell you what.
Oh, it might be Stott.
Maybe Alexa just has trouble with her T's and C's. Either way.
It's definitely Stott. I stand corrected. Sorry, CBS.
Did you notice what kind of hat she's wearing, Alexa?
Go Sox. But why?
But also, did she know Boston Rob was going to be on this season? And is this secretly somebody who's just going to talk to Boston Rob like very openly? Like they would not let her wear this hat on this season if they already hadn't had that logo approved. So she only could get away with wearing that hat on this season because Boston Rob is on this season and they had to get the logo approved for Boston Rob.
Wow, the Red Sox are getting more requests from CBS for putting their logo on TV than they are wins in their division.
Yeah, Yankees are about to knock them out of the AL.
Yeah, Red Sox suck this year. But Elaine, love you. Love the Red Sox. Very confused as to why you're a Red Sox fan because you are from Kentucky. I believe from Kentucky and also currently live in Nantucket, in Kentucky. You're 41 years old and a factory worker. Jeff referred to her as a Tasmanian devil, and I am really about that.
Yes, I am too. It seems like we're getting Lauren Rimmer vibes from her a little bit, although we don't know what she sounds like when she speaks, but that's, I think, what Jeff compared her to. I wonder if she's going to be as funny as Lauren was because Lauren was hilarious. The accomplishment she's so proud of is really long, but it seems like she was just taking care of a lot of people in her life, which is pretty crazy. I mean, there's so many people in there, like where there was complications and everything, and that's like what she was doing. So I think she's definitely dealt with a lot of hardship and knows how to handle that. I like that she's just like the outdoorsy, four-wheeling, fishing, and taking my boat to the lake. Independent, stubborn, and kind. I think that kind is going to come out more on this season than anything else. I think that she's going to get along with a lot of people on this season. Yes.
And her best peeve is the best part. People who think they're SHIT don't stink. Love that. Don't really know what it means, but love it.
I also love this comment, and I'm putting this up here because this is kind of funny. This is like, it's like, what?
Ooh, wow.
Like, all right, everybody put that together, and then I'll go back to this one. But it's like, okay, I get you.
Yeah, I'm loving her. I think she's got a good attitude, very family oriented, very, she's very big on the like I get the strong work ethic vibes from her, but I don't get the I'm gonna, alienate myself by yelling at people when they aren't working as hard as me. So I'm really into Elaine. I'm super excited for her. And go Red Sox.
Go Red Sox, says Alexa, as they're about, like I said, 19 games left in the season. They're about to not have a chance to win the AL.
We suck.
That's
go Indians.
Go Indians. Yeah, they might not even make the playoffs. All right, anyway. But yeah, so that's it for Elaine. I like Elaine's chances. I mean, we're going to get to the, once we break down all these tribes, we'll actually talk about how we think people are going to fit in. It's an old tribe. Right now, so far, we've done 5 people. We've done half the tribe. Only one of them is in their 20s. Everybody else, 41, 37, 35, 60.
Half of the cast is above the age of 30. Let's go.
And speaking of people who are over the age of 30, let's put up our other 28-year-old, Dean Kowalski.
Sup, Dean.
Sup, Dean.
Sup.
I know. Look at that. Look at that photo.
Sup.
Let's just all admire that. And yeah, the only thing you can think is sup.
So Dean is, as Phil mentioned, 28 years old, based out of NYC. Hit me up. And works in tech sales, I believe, for Google, which is also possibly in my building. So sup.
He also is originally, his hometown is listed as Westfield, New Jersey, which is the town next to where my grandma lives, which is also where I went and saw Godzilla's Rift Tracks Live. So anybody who's a Rift Tracks Lives fan, I saw the 1998 Godzilla there. I drove all the way to Westfield from southern New Jersey. Westfield's a pretty little town there. So normally Dean would be my winner pick on this season because it would just be he's from Westfield. My grandma's from the town next to it. But Dean's not my winner pick on this.
There's a ginger on the season. Move, Dean.
There's also a lot of other people from New Jersey that might be my winner pick, such as maybe the next person whose name is going to pop up. But yeah, Dean Kowalski, I'm loving this smile. I'm loving this photo. It's great.
Yeah. Apart from sup, I think he's great. He's really well-rounded. And I remember, so Jeff said, you know, at first this guy was coming off as super, super cocky, like way overconfident. And But I think at some point he was a teacher because he makes references to teaching and to students. And one thing that I always talk about on these podcasts, played basketball for Columbia, according to LinkedIn. Wow. Man, if I ever get on the show, I'm locking all of my social media.
All right.
But LinkedIn's public because you're trying to get jobs. Yeah, so like he's super, super well-rounded. And I think that's really, really good. And another thing he put in his bio, which is either going to help him or it's going to hurt him when it's not true. He said he's very self-aware. And I know self-awareness isn't good for TV, but that is fantastic for the game of Survivor. So loving that about Dean. Getting really good vibes from him. Big fan. And works in sales. That always helps.
But most people who think they're self-aware aren't self-aware, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's why I said he either is or is not.
Oh, dude is super buff. Strong player for team. I mean, you're right. When you look at this tribe in terms of strength, you have Dean, who's 28, huge guy. Tom Laidlaw is gigantic. I mean, when they did the total cast photo, him and Dan Spilo on the ends, Tom is a giant. He is a big man. You have an Olympic swimmer. You have somebody like Ronnie, who I think will hold his own challenges. Karishma looks younger than she is. Elaine looks like she's like outdoorsy and will be able to keep her hold her own. It's a strong tribe. I'm really liking the chances of if we swap at 18, this tribe ain't losing. For the first time, the Malolo orange color will not lose all the time.
Stay tuned for September 25th.
Stay tuned. Yeah, exactly. Alexa, you got anything else on Dean Kowalski you want to throw out there?
I think I'm good.
All right. So then we'll go to the next person who also is from New Jersey and also works in Los Angeles. So they should have been my winner pick. But yet again, I'm not taking them as my winner pick. Alexa, you realize you and I on the way back from the Virginia Tech game drove right through Chelsea Walker's hometown. Did you know that?
It's almost like we hung out.
It's almost like we hung out.
Chelsea.
Like, remember that drive back, Alexa? All the woods. No, how do you?
What town did we drive through?
Marlton, New Jersey. That's where she's from. And you drive down Route 70, and there's a bunch of trees, and there's a couple houses.
I think I was trying not to vomit, but otherwise, I had a great time in that town.
Yeah,
especially hanging out with Chelsea.
So yeah, we had a great time. What I'm liking about Chelsea a lot is the fact that she's obsessed with Larry David, which I think is just
so many
amazing. It's amazing. Her audition tape is actually on YouTube if anybody wants to see that. So
gonna look that up. Well, great transition, Paul, because it sounds like Chelsea's been going at this for a really, really long time. So not sure which audition tape of hers it was, but Jeff said in his interview, he said that she was like inches away from getting on the show a handful of times, which must suck. So this is super exciting. I was watching her Instagram story earlier today, and it was hilarious. It was Kelly Clarkson singing A Moment Like This, and it's so funny. So she is like a clear super fan, and I think it was her cast assessment where Jeff said this. I could be wrong, but I think he said he was almost afraid of her being overeager because she got so close so many times and is now finally on. But I see the opposite for her. This is someone who clearly loves this show, loves this game, is not going to go out on her potentially only shot and blow it. I think she's super well rounded. Yeah, a lot of Larry David jokes. Oh my gosh, and her pet peeve. Oh my god, her pet peeve is those big, gigantic, like block sneakers that are suddenly cool. I have never related to a pet peeve more than that. I think they look so bad. I don't know why people wear them. Chelsea might be my winner pick for that reason alone.
I think the whole being a dude thing, you don't really pay attention to that type of stuff. Like dudes, it's like as long as you wear like a t-shirt or like pants, that's like, really all that matters. Yeah, but like girls, like I didn't even know that block shoes were a thing. So
wow.
Okay. But I'm glad that she hates them and Alexa has so much in common with her because
we have so much in common.
So yeah, I like Chelsea. I do worry with how old the tribe is. I think Chelsea will find a way to fit in. I think she's gonna need to find a way to fit in.
I mean, for every quote unquote old person on this tribe, that's no way to say that without sounding like a jerk. We just talked about a 26-year-old, a 28-year-old. We have another 26-year-old, and then we have two more in their 20s who we haven't even talked about yet. So it's pretty like divided.
I do think though that some of the others might be a little bit more grown up. Does that make sense? Like they might be a little bit
like the Olympic medalist. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and then for instance, the next person who we might as well
jump. But then you flip Ronnie and he's 35, but I feel like he could hang with a 22-year-old.
No, I agree. I'm just saying, I think Chelsea might come across as a little bit younger than some other people. And I think that's why she might have a little bit of a hard time fitting in here. Because somebody like my winner pick, Missy Bird, on the other hand.
Wow, winner pick.
I said it.
He did it.
I don't think this is in relation to that, but Carl,
no, just hold that up.
Definitely going to use that. Missy is, I love Missy, and I think that Missy, she's 24. She's the youngest person on this tribe. She might be the youngest person on this season for all I know. But she's an Air Force veteran already. And I think that the life experience for Missy is going to help her a lot. Whereas I think somebody like an Elizabeth, I mean, she's 15 around Olympic athletes. You're aging faster. And I don't know anything about Chelsea. Look, I'm just looking at a picture and a name, and I think Chelsea could do plenty fine. But I just think like she might not have like the same. I mean, look, she's a digital content creator for IMDb. She's doing great, but she might not have the same life experience as some other people.
So before I saw that because I noticed that CBS doesn't put the company names on, but like Parade will. So all I saw was digital content creator based out of LA, and I was like, this girl's an influencer. Like, how did this end up happening? And then I saw she was for IMDb, and
she's got like a real legit job. Like she's got
I was like, oh my god, we finally have an influencer on. Like, yes. And also Missy had a brain tumor. Like Air Force veteran who used to have a brain tumor. Like, yeah, she's seen some shit.
And she's 24. Like she's 20. And on top of that, she describes herself as decently dope. I don't even know what the heck that means, but that's all I needed to
absolutely love that.
I was reading these. I was walking and I was reading these, and like I was like, oh, okay, that person. That was the first time I laughed, and I just laughed. I was just like, wow. I don't even know what that means, but all right, Missy, you're dope. I'm ready.
Here, let's change the thing because I don't like Carl saying.
Oh yeah. Sorry, we got to get rid of that.
How about that one?
There you go. Yeah, that's better.
No, Missy, I'm so excited to watch her. I liked she said she was kind of nomadic, which is I really like that description because people don't really use that word very often. And I think that's going to go really well for her because I think in Survivor you can't stay rooted to any one person or to any one beach or to any one situation. And so I think for her to already have that kind of wanderer mentality, that's really going to work for her with how many twists and changes there are in this game.
I agree. I think that she's going to be able to adapt to any situation. I mean, look, this is me reading 5 minutes about everybody, and this was my initial pick. This was my initial like, all right, Missy, all right, I got you. You're my winner.
Decently dope.
She's decently dope. What else do you need to say about yourself?
Literally nothing.
I mean, if you don't understand what that means, everybody, you're
Richard
crazy.
was in the military?
Yes. Yeah.
Very fun fact.
That's why I think why him and Rudy got along so well.
Oh, noted.
All right. We have 2 more people left on this Orange Tribe. And next up, we have smallest man on the season, Aaron Meredith.
Sup.
Yeah, Alexa again. I feel like Alexa, that one was a little more like, what's the word? Is sultry the word? I don't know what the word would be, but that was a little bit more of like a raspy voice, like,
Sup. Aaron Meredith is 36 years old, also based out of Andover from Rhode Island, and is a gym owner. And fun fact, used to own a kettle corn business. What more do you need to know?
I don't need to know anything except like, man, you own that gym. Are you not using it? Just kidding. He could beat the crap out of me. Don't take me seriously.
Please don't.
I like that his town looks like Unkleville, which is hilarious. I think it's Uncasville, but it looks like Unkleville.
That's worse.
Unkleville is really funny though.
Unkleville and Uncas, neither of which are good.
Can we say that one thing that might hurt him, unless he's saying this in a completely Tyson way? 3 words to describe you: attractive, intelligent, and strong.
Love it. Hit that self-awareness.
Oh my God. I mean, that has to be Tyson. He has to be like thinking.
I'm getting Donovan 36 vibes. What?
I don't even know what that means. I think that means Dom, but we know.
No, I hope it's Don.
I don't know. I think he's going to be a lot funny. I think this is like a very self-aware saying all of this stuff, and he's just having fun with it. But like, it's just so funny. What accomplishment are you most proud of? My son. He's unbelievably smart, kind, and funny. Great. Love that. Hobbies: lifting, traveling, outdoor activities. Okay, that's normal. 3 words: attractive, intelligent, and strong. It's like, all right, man. What happened to the cute guy who was talking about his son being his proudest moment? My gosh.
I think that's okay. We don't have kids, so we don't know what it's like.
Oh, no, absolutely. But imagine, okay, Alexa, if some guy walks up to you at a bar and you're like, okay, like, hey, how are you? And he was like, well, I'm attractive, strong, and intelligent. You'd be like,
cool, Sam.
How did we get here? Like, these are the first 3 words I know about you. I like this. Did you just put this one up? I wasn't looking, but no, not that one. This one.
Oh, that one? Yeah, I put that one up.
Okay, you already did.
So pumped about Aaron, mostly because his aunt tweeted at us a picture of him as a kid, which I don't know if he agreed to that or not, but it's adorable. So yes, Aaron's aunt, please send us more of those because they're adorable and funny. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if it's a Tyson thing or I don't know if it's a not Tyson thing, but I guess he knows his deal.
He does. I just don't see this tribe losing. I mean, look at the people that we've just talked about. They are huge. Yeah. So, like, whether he's self-aware or not, we're going to be seeing him for a long time, I think.
Yeah, 100%.
I really do. So let's.
And he's got that. I feel like we have one person per season who's got a shoulder tattoo. Gavin.
Yes, it's
Tony. Yeah.
And then we end it all with our final person from the Orange Tribe. We have Vince Mua, who I think is going to be the treat of the season. That's my opinion here. I think he's going to be great. He's an admissions counselor from Merced, California, I believe it's pronounced. I've driven through it. I don't know how to pronounce it. Shamelessly me, quick-witted, and not afraid to flip tables. You know what? Flip the damn table, man.
Flip that table. Tell me what situation you were in where that became one of your top 3 personal qualities about yourself, but love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vince, there's a lot of really great stuff with Vince. Vince is going to be our narrator. Vince is going to be the guy. Really, really excited for him. He's got a really, really cool story. Again, his job is my dream job. I liked that it sounds like he can do the bro thing, but also like the college admissions counselor thing. So he seems like a guy who can bend his personality a lot of different ways, which is very, very good in this game. And I think it was Jeff who said there's nobody like him, or there's never been anyone like him on Survivor, which is a take.
Yeah.
When you are on your 39th season. So love that. My expectations are through the roof, Vince, so don't let me down.
Yeah. Alexa, if you're looking at this tribe, who's in trouble early? We just finished it up. So who's in trouble early? And who do you like from this tribe to like as a threat to win here?
I don't know. I like everyone. I don't want to do my winner yet because I want to do that with everybody. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine. But who do you think's in trouble on this trial when you're looking at it right now?
Honestly, I think Aaron and Tom are in trouble, which is crazy because they're the 2 strongest guys. But with Tom, I'm just seeing stubborn and I'm seeing an age gap. And those 2 together is kind of makes me nervous. I would upon looking at him, I would never guess stubborn. Like I guess like that is someone who I'd want to align with because I feel like he would really remind me of my dad. And I feel like he comes off as like the guy who can be the teddy bear, like someone to look up to. And then Aaron, I think, as we were just talking about him, if those are like the qualities that he's going to highlight in these bios, I feel like that's also going to translate to the island, which I think in a group that is not self-deprecating, but a group that seems like pretty self-aware and very like quick-witted and into like Larry David. And like, I think like just a bunch of these people have like very, very like funny, goofy qualities about themselves. For the people who aren't like that, I feel like that's going to be a detriment to them.
Yeah, I have a hard time when I look at this cast, this tribe. I have a hard time seeing who goes home because, again, I almost feel like this tribe is just going to win. And one last thing I need to point out about Vince. Vince is older than Elizabeth. You understand where I'm coming from now. Elizabeth looks older than she is because Vince does not look like he's older than Elizabeth. But, yeah, I don't know. When I look at this, it's like, is somebody like Vince in trouble just because, like, he might be, like, a lot? But I don't think so. Like, is this going to be like a Donathan type thing maybe where it's like, oh, like, kind of in your face and he's just like, I'm here, look at me. And then it's just like, I don't know, like they keep winning or even like when they didn't win. I mean, Donovan was on the wrong tribe to start, but Donovan played a good game early on in that season of Survivor. So I don't know. I have a hard time seeing who would be an instant outcast. I think that has a lot to do with the fact that it's such a like diverse group. I mean, we have so many different age groups. We have so many different kinds of people from so many different backgrounds. And I think that that's going to really makes it hard to predict an easy first boot like you can normally do on so many seasons, because I don't look at any of these people and say, oh, that reminds me of blank who was the first. That reminds me of Reem. That reminds me of, like, you don't necessarily see that person who just jumps out at you as like right away, that has to be the person who goes home.
Yeah, 100% with you. So, and that's why like I don't see any immediate first boots, so therefore I feel like everyone can win.
Yeah. I agree. So like I look at that, I love it, and let's jump over to Vokai then, and then Alexa can save her pick for later. I had to give mine right away because it is Missy, and I wanted everybody to know that I'm going Missy right off the bat, just because she made me laugh by calling herself decently dope. But I swear. Oh, what were you gonna say? What are you saying?
No, you keep going. I'll tell you offline.
Okay, I swear that I did these in a random order, everybody. So for the first person on Vokai, we're going to go with the guy who is me.
All right, I'm just gonna shut my mouth the next 2 minutes. Go ahead.
I just like, okay. First of all, I see this and I'm just like, all right, I got a beard. I mean, he's got nice hair. My hair might be a little bit nicer. There's a town named Bayville right near me. He's got bigger arms, better pecs. I think my abs are a little bit better. But other than that, if he wasn't like 6'3", we're the same person. I mean, I'm 6'4", so that's the problem. That's different. But this guy, I don't know. I think this guy is going to do really well, and I'm not just saying that. I said that with Pat Bolton, and I was totally wrong. But yes, this guy, he's a 4th grade teacher, and to be able to like have that type of personality, to be a 4th grade teacher, I just think like you have to like get along with the teachers you're with. You have to know how to talk to young children. And that takes such patience that a lot of people just don't have. And like, I have a hard time seeing him coming out there and like, look at that smile. I mean, come on, how nice is that? I mean, he's just going to go out there and he's going to have a great time. That's what it seems like to me. So I think he's going to get along with a lot of people. I think he's going to do really well at the beginning. Honestly, I think he probably goes somewhere around like the early merge. But yeah, that's the perfect example. He's a face you can trust. Like I just buy what this guy is putting down the second I walk onto the beach. And that's kind of how I feel about a lot of this tribe. Maybe that's why I'm scared for this tribe, because I feel like I can trust so many of them, but also like, I don't know, maybe this is the tribe that loses because they're not as strong as the other tribe. And if that's the case, like, Tommy, you better jump in with a good group here. Otherwise, yeah, it's going to be bad. But what do you got, Alexa?
I am loving Tommy. I don't think I could ever love him as much as you do, because I don't have red hair. But okay, so he's 26 years old. Doesn't look 26, and I mean that in a good way. I feel like every time we say someone looks older than they are,
you never insult.
It's like imply. Yeah, we mean these in good ways. Tommy and Elizabeth, 26 years old teacher, and I believe Long Island or Long Beach, somewhere in New York. Also, hey, come hang out with me. Seems fun, seems goofy. Like really passionate about his profession. Really, really like that. Said that he's a combination. Listen to this combo: David Wright, Davey Rickenbacker, and Amanda Kimmel.
I love it.
Love that. That's
because he obviously won the
dream
Montana
trio.
beauty pageant.
That was why. Yes,
that was why.
Because of his beautiful brown hair.
Yes, exactly. The flowing locks. I love that he has a killer Disney coffee mug collection.
Yes.
That's great. I wonder if that was like back in the day when you used to like be able to send away and get like mugs just sent to you for like $1. Or they had like those 2,000 glasses that you could get. It's like collect all these, and kids just bought it. And it was around that age. So, Tommy, I mean, I'm a year older than him. We might be the same age now. He might have been playing when he was 26. And if that's the case, my mom was getting suckered in because me and my sister wanted all the damn mugs and everything. So maybe that's what was happening. Maybe that's what started his collection there. But I don't know. I think that he's going to do really well on this season. I really do. And it's not just because he's a redhead. I think he's going to do really well. That's all I got.
Well, he's got some big shoes to. I didn't do that one. That was Phil, everybody.
Yeah, I just want everybody to know that. And I have no problem putting it up there. And I'm sure Tommy will laugh at it too.
Hi, Tommy. Hope you think this is funny. Right. He has some big shoes to fill. Victoria, final 5. So
if I love Tommy anywhere near as much as I love Victoria, you're all in for a really shitty season of Survivor because it's going to be miserable to listen to us every week.
Oh no, don't wrap up. This is not an us thing. I love Tommy, but
no, it's going to be miserable to listen to us because you're going to have to listen to me.
I know.
You got to listen to the whole podcast. That means you're going to have to listen to me. And unfortunately, that's just going to be brutal. So how is this not Phil's winner pick? He loses in the final 3 to Missy. That's what happens,
This is it. Samuel Cronin, are you saying he's going to do well because you were spoiled because you played this season with an alter ego? Feel that?
Yeah, that's actually me. I do really well. I look much better on the island than I do in my room.
Island hot. It's a thing.
It's a thing. And Tommy's looking island hot before the season even begins. How does that happen?
Love that.
All right. I really think this woman's going to be the queen of this season. The best swimmer on season 39. Janet Carbin.
Love it. Let's hear it, Phil.
I'm so pumped.
Janet Carbin is 59 years old, from New Jersey, but is currently based out of Florida, living the dream, and is a chief lifeguard.
Yes.
Let's hear it.
She's a chief lifeguard in New Jersey. She works the Jersey Shore in the summers. I am so pumped for Janet Carbin. I'm seeing here, poor Janet, definite first boot. She is not a definite first boot because Janet Carbin, if you're going to be a lifeguard at 59 on the Jersey Shore, like you got to be in shape. Like you got to it's not like those little like Miami waters, like where you go and you swim and it's like, oh look, there's like a little like baby wave. No, like there's like legit waves there. The water's cold. She's definitely like in the water. She's fit. She looks fit. I mean, she's 59 years old. She looks like she could beat up half the people on the season. She's from Neptune, New Jersey, which is seriously right around the corner. That's where we used to run all of our track meets because they have a beautiful track at Neptune High School now. And so she's a lifeguard in Spring Lake. I know this because, I've been to the Spring Lake beach. Never met Janet, but she's a lifeguard in Spring Lake. And it's crazy because my uncle works right by there. So hoping that my uncle will just surprise her and go to the beach and be like, hey, what are you doing? But hasn't done it yet. He's really letting me down, but I don't think that I really think she's going to be fine. The thing is too, if you're a chief lifeguard, you're 59 years old, everybody you're working with is a kid. She's going to have no problem fitting in with these people. She's just like everybody that is a lifeguard. Who do you know that's like not in their 20s is a lifeguard? I mean, unless you're the chief lifeguard like Janet is, I'm sure that's more of like a retirement thing more than anything, or it's a summer job more than anything. And it just sounds funnier to put it on there as that. I think Janet's going to do great. I really do. And I know that's probably a crazy take to have, but Jeff's assessment of her was just like, she's awesome. She is going to just come out, be a neat lady and just kill it. And I'm very excited to see what Janet does on this season. I think
I'm super excited for Janet too. I obviously don't have as much of the personal connection, but she seems intense. She seems hardcore. I mean, again, I don't know if she said that she was collaborative or if I made up in my head that she said that she's collaborative, but like you said, she works with, I mean, like typically lifeguards are like teenagers are in their early 20s. So that's going to go really well for her because she's, I believe, the second oldest person on the season, but doesn't like that. She doesn't strike me as that. Like, I feel like she's going to be a lot of fun. I feel like we're going to get a lot of good personality out of her. And I know that Katrina is probably the exception to this rule, but are you really going to vote out a lifeguard like immediately?
I know.
Are you going to do that? I feel like that's not smart.
I don't think so. I think you keep her. I think she's going to do really well. I really do, especially on a season where water is going to be definitely relevant. All right, Alexa. Next up, Baywatch Mom.
Let me
Next
get rid
up,
of
we
that.
have. Oh wait, no, that's a perfect. We have Jamal Shipman.
Let's go. Sup?
Another one from Jersey. I'm telling you, there's so many people from Jersey here. I couldn't keep up.
I
There's
love
so
it.
many.
Jamal Shipman, 33 years old, apparently from New Jersey, but resides in no other state than the smallest state in the country, Rhode Island, and is a college administrator.
Yeah, his whole accomplishment was just like his entire career path of education and everything, and it's crazy. And I love that his hobby is losing in fantasy football leagues. Like I like that. I like that. That's like a little bit of self-awareness, a little joke there. I like that. I like that he's not smiling in this photo.
Yeah.
I think there's like
Bruiser. Love that.
He feels like he's going to be a teddy bear though. Like he's not smiling here, but I feel like he's going to be a teddy bear. And I think people are going to like Jamal. I think they're going to look at Jamal and be like, oh, he's a basketball coach. He's a teacher. He's a college administrator, balanced, inquisitive, and present.
Love
Very
that.
much exactly what Aaron said about himself.
I like Jamal. The word that the word that like comes to mind with him. It's fine. Is cerebral. Like he seems like a guy who he seems like the teddy bear. He's like works in college admissions. Like he seems like the guy who is going to absolutely slay it in challenges. But as soon as someone starts crying, he's going to be the first one to go over there and comfort them. I'm super, super excited for him.
Yeah, I like Jamal a lot. I like Davey 37 vibes, except like
Love
this
that.
guy. I mean, because he looks like he'd be an athlete. He looks like a big dude. He looks like he'd be able to like. I mean, he coaches basketball and all that, but maybe he is like not that much. Like I don't know. I don't know if he's going to be like a huge athlete or not. But I think that like you said, like he's got a softer side to him. He's not going to be like the guy who he's such an athlete that when he loses, he's screaming at people like Lauren O'Connell used to do back in season 38. I feel like he'll be a lot more comforting, and I think that's really, really going to work out for him.
Yeah, I'm really excited for him.
Yeah, I'm a big on Jamal. Really big on Jamal. So far, I'm not big on anybody. I'm assuming they're just not going to vote anybody out.
We also, someone please fact check me. I feel like we're getting a lot of names that we've never had before. I don't think we've had a like Jamal, Tommy, Karishma, Elaine,
Nora.
Sup. Sup.
I was waiting.
Exactly.
I was like waiting for your pause.
That was a really, really good transition.
It's almost like you planned that, but we didn't plan that.
But we
that
didn't
just
plan
happened.
that. Yeah, exactly. Sup Nora. She's 36 years old, is from Maryland, and is an entrepreneur.
Yeah, her hometown is also listed as London, UK, which is interesting. I wonder if she actually lives in the UK and they just like were like, hey, don't you have like a residence here? Or if she actually does live in Maryland. I wouldn't be surprised if she actually lives in the UK. Alexa, what are you feeling about Nora here? 36 years old. Again, what is going on?
Doesn't look 36.
With the ages of these people. I'm 27. I look like I'm 44. So go ahead, Alexa. You talk while I get the first.
All right, you play around with the chat thing because I currently have salmon ? Okay, so things I wrote seems chill and someone I want to hang out with. Nora, let's hang. I like her comparisons. She said Malcolm, and then I don't have this up immediately, so I'm gonna butcher the quote. But she said like I would fly under the radar like Fabio and Judd, and that's the joke because they're the same person. Love that. Great. Is a fan. Is funny. Likes frogs and doesn't drink. Love both of those qualities. I think she's cool. I feel like I think I said Elizabeth is someone I would want to hang out with. Like she seems normal, but like obviously is a huge fan, has a little bit of quirk to her. I'm a big fan.
Yeah, I like her whole accomplishments, experience the world, living in many places, trying many jobs, careers, and businesses, many different people and relationships. That seems like, we always get the crap of like, that's a millennial thing. You shouldn't go to Disney World unless you have children, you millennials, stop it. But she's like a little bit older. And I think that that's like a cool trait for somebody who's 36 to have at this point, because that's seen as such like a 21 to 27-year-old thing. And that's not something that people were really doing 10 years ago. So I think that that's really cool that that's like the way Nora always lived her life kind of before it was cool. And I think that she should do all right. You would think that with her background, all the people and all the careers and everything that she's had, she should be able to fit in with just about anybody. So I think that My hopes are high for Nora.
Mhm.
Somebody's got to let me down. Somebody's going to let me down.
Yeah, no one is disappointed yet.
Well, we haven't heard anybody's voice. You know, like I remember
no
like
one's
back
spoken.
back there in San Juan del Sur when you got to watch like the actual cast assessments when Alec and Drew were talking. I remember me and my mom just dying laughing because it's like, what are these guys? Who are these people? Like, we don't know that yet. So maybe Nora speaks like Drew Christie. I don't know.
Hopefully not.
Yeah.
No offense to Drew Christie. Actually, all of the offense.
Oh, don't say that. We love Drew Christie, don't we? Something, maybe? No.
Yeah,
Alexa, biggest Drew Christie fan?
Big Drew Christie gal. All right, let's keep it rolling.
We're going to keep it rolling. Okay, finally somebody who I could see going home early.
Molly, who was actually the first person cast on this season. Interesting first boot choice, Phil.
That was insane how Jeff said that, like, she was like, I'm a law student. Am I paying my tuition? Am I going on? And he was like,
I love that.
You're going on. And we told her like 3 months before. That's insane. That awesome.
Is crazy. And I love that move.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Yeah. So Molly is 27 years old, is based out of, I think it was Durham, North Carolina. So she goes to Duke UNC. No, but she's a law student.
Well, it says her hometown is Boston.
Oh, sup, Molly?
Yeah.
I wonder where. Yes. Totally missed that. Oh, sweet. Go Boston. North Carolina and law student. Your thoughts?
I don't know. I feel like she should be fine. Should be. I mean, there's nothing about Molly that says like, oh, she's not going to fit in. I just, for some reason, I'm like, well, if I have to pick somebody, I've been so high on everybody that maybe Molly just came too late in this little slideshow we've created for ourselves here that I'm just like, I guess I have to pick somebody to go early. But I don't know. I like Molly, like hobbies, running, skiing, biking, hiking, reading, board games, traveling, and balling out for delicious meals. Which I could ball out for delicious meals. I'm about to
with what money? What can you read me her pet peeves? Because I wrote down.
I don't have her pet peeves in front of me.
Because I wrote down her collective pet peeves are people who are creepy, and I feel like it's all just like very creepy things that she all listed into one. Which I thought was very funny. No, I mean, all I needed was Jeff's story about how she was like, "Am I going to pay this like crazy tuition, or are you putting me on this damn show?" Love
somebody
that.
who just goes and gets it.
That's someone who shoots her shot and sinks it. So really liking Molly. Yeah. Again, seems like a normal person that I would hang out with, and that's always a good thing, at least for me.
And her hair is surprisingly similar to Alexa's if it was black, really dark brown, and if it was curly and not straight, and if it was.
Look at my hair right now; it's curly.
Not like Molly's. Molly's got the flow going.
Yeah, Molly. But because Molly's better than me at everything.
Yeah, Molly's got it going on there. All right. We're going to Dan the man. We're going to Dan Spilo.
The man.
How are we feeling about Dan Spilo, Alexa?
40. Oh yeah, pet peeve, being unwantedly touched. I guess I'm not going to put that in your dance. 48 years old, based out of Los Angeles, and is in talent management. Love that. I think that's super fun. So he said another reason to become a patron. He said, quote, he wants to be everyone's favorite uncle. Love that about him. I think his job is, I don't know if he's going to lie about it or not, because I don't know like how the LA people usually talk about their jobs, but arrogantly. I think, yes. So I think he's in a similar situation to Ronnie, where his job is one where if he says it, people are going to be like, ooh, what, like, do I trust him? Is he going to be obnoxious? Is he going to be this or that? But it sounds like he's another one who's just like a big giant teddy bear under there. And yes, maybe he looks like a villain. I think he could also look like my fun uncle. So I think he could go either way. I don't know. He could totally be the villain though.
The problem I see, and the reason why I think he's going to be the villain of this season, I think he's going to last long. But if you get into talent management, especially out in LA or New York, like if you're like one of the big time, and I'm pretty sure he's big time. I'm not sure exactly where he works, but I'm pretty sure he's big time. It's not next damn You don't just become like, you don't get there without like breaking some necks. Like you got to
and, like knowing everything.
And those people, they work nonstop. I mean, good for him. He says he has a 20-year marriage that's passionate and loving. This is very rare out here. So good for him on that front, because most of the bosses I had who were in upper level management and things like that didn't have that going on, because their whole life was these people who were their friends. That's all they had. So I look at it as like, all the agents and talent managers that I know for the most part, a lot of them, by the time they get to like that highest level, you've kind of turned into a villain because you didn't really have a choice to get to where you wanted. But he doesn't look like he'd be that villainous.
And everything he says about himself doesn't like
positive.
fit that. So that's why I'm so intrigued.
Yeah, it's very interesting. I'm very curious to see how he's going to go. I do think he's going to do pretty well, though. I do think he's going to. I'm just curious to see what kind of Dan are we like, what kind of talent manager are we going to get? And I think he's going to be, a nicer guy than we're expecting, which I don't know. Maybe I just have worked with the wrong people, but I think that would be a very different interpretation than maybe what's real, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm mixed bag on Dan, and it might be Spilo.
Spilo? Yeah. Oh, I don't know. That's a tough one. Very excited for Dan because I don't know what we're gonna get because we haven't like hit our big bad villain yet.
That's probably him. Somebody on this season is a big bad villain. I mean, they cast a big bad villain. That's going to be a big bad villain every time.
Right.
I like this one. It's like, yeah, if his hair grew back. Okay. All right. Next up, we have Kelly Kim, who one of her main hobbies is playing Settlers of Catan. Good for you, Kelly. I've played way too many games of Settlers of Catan. And it's so anticlimactic. But she plays City and Knights, so maybe that's not as anticlimactic. I don't know.
I don't know what any of those things are. Kelly Kim, 29 years old, Philadelphia MBA student. What I really liked about her is that her pet peeves, is it pet peeves? Oh no, just things she doesn't like are all like white, creamy, like food additives. She doesn't like yogurt. She doesn't like sour cream. She doesn't like whipped cream. I just find that to be fascinatingly hilarious because that's so specific.
She's got a type.
Or a non-type.
Yeah, exactly. I think she's got a type. Whatever that would be classified as. Kelly got on the Harvard varsity soccer team, which is pretty awesome. 29 MBA student. Yeah, I think that she's really well rounded. I mean, I don't know. I don't really see a weakness here to Kelly Kim. So do you see one?
I don't see a weakness, and for usually for people who like have a very specific pet peeve or people who are incredibly successful, there's usually like they'll usually say like, oh, by the way, I'm incredibly stubborn or like I'm very shy. I don't see any of those with her. So I think she's super well rounded, like you said. She seems like her picture is again like very pure, very happy. So I'm getting good vibes from Kelly.
Yeah. I'm feeling good about it. She used the word driven instead of stubborn. Driven and stubborn can mean the same thing.
Yeah.
She decided to use driven. I think that's a smart move.
Love that.
All right. Next up, we have Lauren Beck.
Lauren. She and Vince, they're going to be the stars of the season.
You think, okay, so your money's on Lauren here, huh?
I think Lauren is great. I believe she's the one who said that she could eat an entire bag of Flamin' Hot Cheetos in one sitting. Same.
Amazing.
Same though.
Love
her. Love her story. There have been a lot of really good casting stories here. Jeff said that someone like handed him a hard drive and it was her video. Like
and he said it had never happened before, and he always says like, "Oh yeah, we'll look at it," and then never works in this.
And then never actually does. And also the best part, Logchi, I gotta put your thing up. She said she's most like Troyzan because they're both hot. That is unbelievably funny. I think
Troyzan, where are you at?
Troyzan sub. No, she is so great. She says she's 28 years old and is having a midlife crisis. Same. Like she is just bubbly. She hates when people clap when a plane lands. Like this girl is so funny, so relatable. Like big smile, huge Lauren fan.
And somebody just commented, Lauren and Kelly on the same tribe again. Uh-oh. We got girl romance round 2. Here we go.
Love that.
Yeah, I'm loving Lauren. I think Lauren's great. She's a nanny. I think she's gonna be super fun. I think that as long as like she's not one of those people like once you see the video, all of a sudden she comes across as like too much like what was her name from Hero Sealers Hustler? Simone. She kind of came across just too much. And as long as Lauren, like all of this is just like positive, I'm all good.
Yeah, I'm only seeing happy
loving
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love Lauren.
Love Lauren. All right. Who we got next? Oh, man, we only have 2 left, I think.
Wow, we are flying.
I know. I'm trying. We got Jason Linden.
Hey.
Alexa, who's
Jason Linden, 32 years old, our second personal injury lawyer of the season, and is based out of NYC. Hang out with me. So I really like Jason, and I really love what Jeff said about him, and I think this is a quality that is not highlighted very often on Survivor. But Jeff said he feels very heard around Jason, and Jason said this in his somewhere in his bio as well. But he really likes making people feel comfortable. And I think a quality that a lot of people don't have, and especially a quality that is so important on Survivor, is making it seem and actually genuinely caring about how other people feel about situations. Like the fact that he's specifically calling that out, I think is such a good sign of, about what he knows about this game. And his marriage was in a newspaper for some reason, which is quite interesting. So yeah, big Jason fan.
I like that he's got like the skunk tail thing. I don't know if that's like fun. The proper thing to call it, but I like that. I like that he's got that just like right there in the front. I don't know. My friend had it. I have a friend who had like the same thing like in her hair. She got like the Amy Winehouse looking hair, and then she just had like what she would call like the skunk tail right in the middle.
Oh.
But there you go. I mean, that's Jason here. I mean, it seems pure to me, right? I mean, like,
yeah.
I don't know, charismatic, determined, and direct. Another one who decided to use the word determined. And also hobbies, sports, music, and learning new things. That's like as dad as it gets.
Yeah, same. Like, love all those things.
Right? Like I just think he's going to do really well. I mean, he's, his wife, they're talking about how they're both building their lives together right now and everything's going so well. God, Jason, I don't know. Love it.
Man, some of the comparisons you guys come up with, these are something.
There we go. Thank you, Nicholas. I mean, I think that's the first time I've ever seen Nicholas LaBruna comment, and that's a great one to start with. Well,
that is a great one. Yeah, good stuff.
All right, we got our last but not least, and I did do this one on purpose because screw it. We got the guy, Jack Nichting, whatever.
Nichting?
But what I love, why I had to put Jack last, is Jack was out on the beach for season 38 as an alternate and got cut and wasn't there and has been waiting and dying to just get out there and play. He gets out there and plays, and then he has to wait the long cycle because, or not, I guess it's not the long cycle, but still.
No, he thought he was going to be on short cycle, right?
He's got the short cycle, but he thought he was going to play 38. He's got the short cycle. He comes out. He's finally on 39. He looks so happy to be there. He's the youngest one on the season.
Overjoyed.
He's our youngest guy on the season, which is crazy. 23 years old, youngest one, says he's a graduate student. He won the national championship for club soccer his senior year of college, which I think is like adorable because like it's club soccer. Like it's still, like, we won the national championship of like, B-level soccer teams, like, which is cool. I mean, that's still awesome, but I think it's so funny that's like his big thing. So like, I like this guy.
Yeah, I really like him. I think he's one of actually a couple people who I think compared himself to Devin Pinto. Everyone likes Devin. Devin's the best. He just looks so happy. Like this cast just looks so overjoyed, except for Missy, who looks like she's gonna beat someone up.
Which is why I have her win.
But I love that. Exactly. You need one of those. But yeah, Jack seems like I feel like he's the guy who they cast for the Surfer Bro, but he's in grad school. Like I'm really liking him. I think he's got a really good attitude. He looks like he's just like ready to go out there and play, and I think everyone's gonna like him.
Yeah, I agree. I think that Jack's gonna have a really good time. I mean, he's the youngest. He's not the youngest by a lot, but I mean, he's 23. Could the young guys actually not fit in on this season?
Yeah. Gasp.
I know we'd be all so hurt after all the old people just get voted off just for being old. We'd all be so hurt that Jack goes home. But like, I could see Jack just like look at him. He looks like he belongs on the beach. Is he going to get along with Janet? I feel like he is. I feel like him and Janet are going to probably hit it off right away.
Yeah, they'll swim together.
Tommy's going to hit it off with Janet. Jason's going to hit it off with Janet. Lauren's probably going to hit it off with Janet. Jamal's going to hit it off with Janet. I mean, I think Janet is the hub of this tribe, and I think Jack is going to be one of the people she's closest with because he's around the age of people she's probably hanging out with all the time.
She is the heartbeat of the Vokai tribe.
I'm pumped. I can't wait to watch Shannon play. I'm so excited.
All right, give us your take on the whole tribe.
On the whole tribe. I think that Janet is the hub. I think that it's an older tribe, but I think that they're probably going to lose if there's 2 tribals before like a swap or something, I think this tribe probably loses those first 2. I don't know. I'm curious. I think that right off the bat, I worry for people like Molly. I might worry a little bit for Lauren. Those are really like my 2, but I think that they both find a way. I don't know. I feel like the older people are going to kind of stick together a little bit. And I think Jamal and Janet and Dan and Jason and maybe even Nora, I think that's a group that could really end up fitting together. So I think this tribe does lose, though. So we just got to figure out where the weaknesses are. But then again, you never thought Stephanie Gonzalez would go home first, and she did. So
no, Stephanie Gonzalez, I actually picked to win. So not something anybody
don't make that pick this time.
I don't know who that pick's gonna be this time.
Well, you got to at least throw one out there. We always have like our knee jerks, and then we always end up just changing it anyway.
Oh, so yeah. Okay, so what am I doing? I'm picking a guy and a girl?
Yeah, you can do that.
Can I do it from each tribe?
You can do whatever you want.
Who are yours? Who are yours?
If I go guy and girl, I'm going Missy and Tommy.
Okay. Is it my turn now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Alexa needs to do like 4. She feels like she's hurting people's feelings. Like
I know. I just like no. It's because I can't decide.
Well, you don't have to. This isn't like a final decision. This is
yeah. Okay, I'm going with. I'm gonna say Jason. Okay, from the Vokai tribe, I'm gonna say Jason and Nora, and for the Lairo tribe, I'm going to go with Ronnie and Chelsea.
Wow.
Done.
Those would have been my bottom 4 people. I would think that's 20th, 19th, 18th, 17th. You took all that time to think, and that's what you came up with, huh?
That's it.
That's it. Yeah, I think that those are all good picks, Alex. I'm just messing with you. I just think that this is your hub. I mean, if I'm picking a girl from Vokai, I'm going Janet all day.
All the Janet.
I mean, that's also my mom's name, so I really should just picked her to win. I mean, come on.
Oh, that's it.
That's it. That's the reason my mom lived in that same area. Come on. They're almost the same age. Come on. It might be my mom. Me and my mom might be on the same tribe to start.
What if it was actually your mom?
I mean, that would be shocking. That would be absolutely shocking. But yeah, I think that this is like a season. I think I might have said this for 38. 38, I said I really have no idea. This season, I think it's like all very positive. 38, I just had no idea because there was the Edge of Extinction twist. We didn't know what was going to happen or any of that. But here, it's just like, I don't know. Like, we have so many different archetypes than we're used to seeing, at least in the age range that we're used to seeing them in. I think that's really, really good.
Yeah, I'm loving it.
For this. And that makes it a little bit trickier. How are Boston Rob and Sandra going to play into it? I know that's like the question that's hanging over everybody's head. You almost forgot, but you can't forget. How is that actually going to play into it?
I don't know. We shall see.
We shall see. So
I'm curious if you get, I mean, I know there are also going to be idols on the island, or like in general, but I wonder if, because you can get advantages from Boston Rob and Sandra, I wonder if they're toning down advantages and idols everywhere else. Question.
LOL. That's all I have to say.
Well, see y'all next week.
LOL. Alexa, have you not been paying attention?
I'm trying to have a good attitude. Oh, Geneva Ford, good question. Who do you think will work best with Rob and Sandra? Definitely the gal in the Red Sox hat.
Yes. Yeah, Elaine. I think Chelsea, if she goes over there, huge fan. I think she could do it.
I think Missy.
I
feel like Missy's a big fan. I feel
like Missy would get along really well with Sandra, both military.
Yeah.
I think Tom is our best hope of somebody beating up Boston Rob.
Yep.
That's true. And then we have professional poker player Ronnie. If he goes out there, him and Boston Rob might have met. Seriously.
Maybe they play on the island together.
They might have played poker together in real life.
They probably have.
Probably.
All right. That's our take.
That's it. That's our take. That's our cast assessment. If you enjoyed this, good.
Yeah. And if you enjoyed this, all right, I need to take a big gulp of water.
The rest is you. I'm
Hold on. Say something. Wait, I was going to drink water. Prepare for it. Say something.
I'm I am now the big picture here. Let's make
And
Alexa.
I'm back.
Can I make Alexa just the big picture? No.
Oh, wow. It is me and all my friends here. You still here, Phil?
I'm still here.
Okay, here we go. All right. For those of you who thought that we were not doing anything this summer, you are wrong. Because even though Google Hangouts was gone, we were cranking out patron podcasts. So for those of you who are new, we were very blessed to get an influx of new followers this offseason. Thank you to the wonderful cast of season 38 coming on and chatting with us, and also us being awesome. So if you are a new fan of the Survivor Specialist, or if you are an old fan of the Survivor Specialist, we have been starting we've been putting up patron content for a few months now. So the easiest tier to be a part of is the $1 tier. Give us $1 a month and you get to join our super ultra exclusive Facebook group. It's really fun. People post stuff. We then, people post pictures, people post discussion threads. And I post our monthly Q&A thread for our $5 patron. So if you're a $5 patron, you can join our Facebook group, and you also get to listen to a once monthly during the season, twice monthly in the off-season Q&A podcast. People ask us very in-depth Survivor questions. People ask us what our favorite soda is and if we've ever had braces, which is apparently something we've talked about. So any burning questions you have, become a $5 patron and ask us. We will answer just about anything. If you become a $10 patron, you get everything that I just mentioned, as well as a once monthly during the season, twice monthly in the off-season retrospective podcast. And so for this month, what we're going to do is we're going to draft a celebrity Survivor edition. So what celebrities do we want to see on Survivor? It's going to be awesome. A couple months ago, we did a Mount Rushmore of like Outwit, Outlast, Outplay. Thanksgiving, we're going to draft our Thanksgiving aunts and uncles. So this one's always a ton of fun. Again, we always take fan suggestions for these. And then if you want to be a $20 patron, which is our premium tier, you get everything that I just mentioned, as well as a ton of extra content, which in season includes the ability to play in our power rankings game. You play that with us. You play that with the guests that we have every week. And if you win, we'll buy you a buff. And that's pretty great. And this past off season, we did a bunch of, hey, Johnny Fairplay, hugs and kisses. And I had such a good thing going, and now I've lost it. We did a lot of really good retrospectives. They were actually coming out twice a week in the off season. And it's really great. So become a patron, go to patreon.com/Survivor Specialists. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We are everywhere. We want to hear from you guys. Hit that subscribe button on YouTube. We're at 5.7 thousand. And we are going to be back this Sunday at some point with our bootless game, hopefully / probably with intern Robert. He's great for those of you who don't know him. And then, oh my God, I need more water. Dying. And then 1 week from Wednesday, we will be doing our prop bet podcast. And then 2 Sundays from now, go Patreon. Love these guys. Love Survivor NSFW. Sup, Johnny Fairplay. Aren't you podcasting right now? Maybe not. And then next Sunday we're going. Yeah, no, definitely be a patron of us, or both, because we deserve your money. And then 2 Sundays from now we will be doing our fantasy draft, and then Wednesday, September 25th, is the season premiere of Survivor Island of the Idols. We are so excited for this cast. Enjoy the ride. Jace Flip. I just finished my monologue. I'm hitting the end broadcast button. Bye.
I'm still here.